Born to sin, with a face big tin, bottle of gin in the session. Texas keeps on ticking. He is a man on a mission. Hey Google, stop. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast, and I'm your host, Harold Sullivan. Hey Google, set your volume to 50%. In case y'all haven't tuned in before, I use the Google and Ziggy, a couple other things. I lost my sight a few years ago, so I'm completely blind. But I've been seeing colors and other things on my psychic journey, and that stuff is all, well, I'm not going to say it's all for real, but a lot of it is. And you won't know until you experience it. But yeah, I use these things to help me, do things, take notes, listen to books, audio songs, and all that. Video. You can do that on the Google. And I was born with an autoimmune disease, so I can't really use my hands and legs or anything. So, and I've been in a wheelchair since I was 10. I'm on 46. But this is the podcast for everyone about everything. And we don't just talk about the supernatural, metaphysical, spiritual, and paranormal. We also talk about movies and TV and music and, what's popular at the time and just anything. I mean, just come on and talk. We have guest audio or video. If you want to check out previous episodes, you can reach the podcast on YouTube and TikTok under Harold Sullivan 78. And then Facebook is Harold Sullivan, little period 35, like the Harold Sullivan dot 35. And then on, you can email HS19, that's the two initials, HS19782015 at outlook.com. And you can call the show 724-513-14. That's 513-1472. That's 72. You can leave a message, or if you want to be on the show, or just want to say something, or get something out, and then I'll get it out for you. And comment, share, like, whatever, friend, send friend stuff, follow. We appreciate it all. So we've got some movie trailers, a lot to talk about. And I just had a special Harold Calls a Psychic. So check out that episode on the social media there, where I called a psychic. Yeah, we got the trailers, and we got a couple other things here. First of all, I tried some new fruit never had. You think you had every kind of fruit, but they're creating stuff now. So there's something called cotton candy grapes. There's a couple other flavors. I guess they've been around, but I didn't know. How would I know? And I heard about them, and I actually got them. And it's weird getting, like, that's January or February now when I'm recording this. And grapes, like, I thought that was a different kind of season thing, but they're genetic, and they pretty much taste like cotton candy. So try them. I recommend them. They're probably my favorite grapes now. Seedless, I like fruit, fresh fruit, real good fruit, mango and pineapples, and grapes, and strawberries. And the other one is pineberry, which is a pineapple strawberry cross thing. I don't understand that, but check that out too. I like regular strawberries probably more. It's a little bit softer than pineberry, but it's good. It's different. If you don't really like strawberries, I wouldn't really say it tastes like pineapple. Maybe it has more of a pineapple texture. But check those out. Also, I wanted to mention the White House has announced, they finally said that the drones were no danger. They knew what they were, blah, blah, blah. And they explained all this bull crap. But yet before they said they didn't know where they were or what they were. They thought they could be dangerous. They thought they could be dangerous, but they were unidentified and they weren't theirs. Now everything's okay. So I don't know. I think that, they knew what was up, or they had something to do with all them drones. And the drones have been going back to 2020, 2021. I found out. So I mean, it wasn't just recently. The people were hearing about it now, but they've been going on a while. So there was something happening. And then another thing, there's they say that a robin is red because his belly because he picked out one of the thorns out of Jesus's crown, and the blood got on the robin. See, that's something neat. Just a little thing, little fact. Also, I've been checking out Richard Pryor. I think both of his things are on Netflix right now. His specials. The second one, I mean, I'd listened to him, watched him in movies, but never checked out his stand up. And now I've listened to him being blind. And his second one, Live 1979, is just great. The first one's good too. I think it was Richard Pryor smoking or something like that. Uh, it wasn't as good though. The second one, oh, I was cracking up with the jokes he's talking about. He died when he was in the ambulance. He woke up and it was all white people, and he said he thought he went to the wrong heaven, and just little things like that. I don't want to give it away, but uh, I think he said Barry Manilow was playing. He said I'm gonna have to listen to Barry Manilow for eternity, and then some documentaries here. There's a Hellraiser one that's actually free that I found on YouTube called The Story of Hellraiser, or making. I think it's the making of Hellraiser, and it's called what is that creature? That mythological creature. I can't remember the name of it. But it's the name Leviathan. It's called. I think my spirit team just gave me that name right. My third eye there. Oh man. Uh, hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Blue Robin White House doc of Chucky Leviathan Richard Pryor.
Hey Google,
Second,
stop. And yeah, it's good. It's about the first couple of Hellraisers, pretty much. A couple of neat little things in there. Doug Bradley, who I actually met him at a convention, uh, who auditioned. He auditioned originally for a delivery man in Hellraiser and got the job being Pinhead. He didn't want that job because he wanted his face to be seen because he wanted to be. That was his first gig in Hollywood in the late '80s, I guess, and he wanted to be on camera. Well, little did he know, he'd get all those movies and be famous for being Pinhead, Hellraiser. They called him Hellraiser for a while too because people didn't know his name, so they would call him the name of the movie. But yeah, he auditioned, and he actually could have played both parts, and people wouldn't have known because he looked so different with that makeup. But he nobody could have been Pinhead, and they tried to remake that movie too, just like the Freddy one. But you really can't. You just Doug Bradley is the only Pinhead, you know. And also he was called Pinhead, but he has nails in his head because originally the pins didn't work. He couldn't see them on camera. They just tried them, so they didn't change his name. They just made them nails, and he had 6 hours worth of makeup, and they had to go in and put the nails in every time in his head. I mean, that's just something there. And I guess in the story, Pinhead is a female. I never read the short story, Clive Barker. So, and then Doc of Chucky, I finally got that one. I bought on Google Play. It's a brand new Doc of Chucky, 5 hour documentary. And spoilers, it doesn't tell you about the TV show or the remake. I don't know why. It goes up to, it does all the original films. But I didn't know the creator who wrote Chucky was gay. It doesn't. I mean, he's funny though. He's so awesome. Chucky is, and you would never. But I mean, I guess later on they started getting into some raunchy stuff, and he said that's just because he just wanted to do what he could. He wanted to let his freak flag fly, Don Mancini. But he wasn't the director until like the fourth or fifth movie. The first one was Tom Holland, and they didn't like working with him, so they got rid of him. And then later on, they actually named that one doll Chucky, the Chucky doll Part Three, Tommy, the imposter one, to make fun of the Pope. And originally, his voice wasn't going to even be Brad Dourif. They were going to do a separate voice, like a girl's voice for the doll. Uh, but it didn't sound right, and so they got him back to be the both parts. They were just going to have him be the killer at the beginning. So, and then there was a boy who actually did the voice, who did Corky the cartoon. It was like a child's play, like a buddy, my buddy thing. Uh, he actually did the voice of the doll when he was real young, the "Hi, I'm Chucky" type voice. So that's pretty cool. that fact. But yeah, those are some interesting facts. And then yeah, let's talk about some trailers here. We got all kinds. There's a Captain America. There's actually a new Fantastic Four, which is great. I've listened to it and some breakdowns. It's like in the 60s. It's another universe, but they're going more true to the original ones. And it seems like they're going to try maybe to open up some kind of thing to get away from Galactus and they can come over here. Also, there's maybe going to be a pregnant Sue Storm, maybe the baby, who ends up being like the most powerful mutant. And so it really sounds good. Fantastic Four. Also, we have a new Final Destination trailer out. Tony Todd is in it. Oh man, he just passed away recently. I was waiting for another one to come out. We got Final Destination. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Blue Robin White House doc of Chucky Leviathan Richard Pryor. Second, Scream 7 Final Destination Bloodline Buffy reboot Monkey Fantastic Four.
Okay, and then Buffy reboot. Oh, actually, Final Destination 7 is called Bloodlines or Bloodline, another Bloodline movie. And the trailer just sounds terrible to me. It's just they're showing you a whole kill. You know what I mean? But there really isn't anything else to it. And then the Buffy reboot, they're saying again, Sarah Michelle Gellar is what she said her name was once, uh, is supposed to come back in some role. Maybe the grand or the mother, or maybe she's going to be the new Slayer teacher person. Who knows? But that's another thing. I mean, I was a fan of the original Buffy and Charmed, and of course Supernatural and X Files. So let's do another Buffy. I mean, what is she doing? Nothing. She's not even on Cameo, but her husband is. I'd like to maybe get him on the podcast one day. Freddie Prince Jr. He was in Scooby Doo, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, which actually I Know What You Did Last Summer is in the works. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Blue Robin White House doc of Chucky Leviathan Richard Pryor. Second, Scream 7 Final Destination Bloodline Buffy reboot Monkey Fantastic Four.
And then Monkey, Stephen King is getting a movie. Now I thought that Monkey Shines and Monkey was the same thing. I didn't really. I mean, I remember the original Monkey Shines, but they're two different things. Monkey Shines was actually written and directed by Romero of the Zombie universe, uh, and yeah, Stephen King's Monkey has a trailer. The story he did, which I didn't. I never read. I do have some of Stephen King's though. I'm getting to. I just got his new fairy tale like when it come out. It came out with recently, but I haven't started it yet. It's like 24-hour audio. But yeah, Monkey sounds good. It's about a monkey that chime. That one the monkeys you wind up and they chime, but it keeps showing up, and the guy tries to get rid of it, and then all these bad things happen, and it's just a creepy. I mean, it's just creepy. Stephen King. So check that out. I recommend the trailer's out now for that one. And then Avengers Doomsday or something, which is supposed to be Tony Stark. I imagine they're going to lead up to it with this Fantastic Four. And somehow Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom. I have no idea how they're going to, unless he just looks like him. This is crazy, you know. But so there's some movie trailers. We usually don't just do movie trailers or whatever. I mix stuff up, but we got movie trailers here. We got a couple documentaries. I'm checking out that Ancient Aliens new season, and there's one called Investigation Alien, both on Netflix. And there's another one called Escape the Matrix. I'm not sure, but that's on one of the free ones as well. So I recommend that. It talks about how we're in something that's not real. I mean, it's real to us, so it's different. But yeah, love and light is what I wish y'all. And it's cold here in PA. It's the planet's messed up. It's not as warm as it used to be, and I know because I can just feel it every year, every couple of years. Things are just getting colder, and seasons. There's like two seasons instead of four. But yeah, that's the weather report, and it makes my bones ache with the autoimmune. So I can't sit still for too long. I'm in constant pain. We all got everything. You can't judge a book by its cover. Everyone has a story, and you can't judge a book by its cover. And that's what the podcast is about. So come on here and talk. And I appreciate you. And love unconditionally. Remember, love is a choice and so is to hate.